Here's what we're gonna do. Uh-oh. My unicorn thing got big. I got this from Dollar Tree. So this evening, if you registered for the intentional live, it is basically a continuation. We're gonna backtrack a little bit just to make sure everybody, we don't want y'all to miss too much. You can miss some, but you can't be missing. Like after this one, I feel like, you really need to decide if this is something that you want to commit to, because this is a commitment. Very, very cost-effective commitment, but it's a commitment. So the commitment that I'm referring to is remembering who you are. You cannot move forward with anything. Like you can't if you don't know who you are. Like if somebody says your name and you don't know it's your name, you're not going to respond. There's not going to be any movement. There's not going to be any activities. Shit's not getting done, right? And a better example is if you've been told that you need to just go to college because you be the first one to go to college in your family, or everybody's a doctor, so you just need to go ahead and be a doctor. And you just say okay and go with it and wonder why you're stressed out, your hair falling out, you got early grays, bags under your eyes, just everything is just falling apart because you're following a path that don't have shit to do with you. And you can't be doing that because you're asking for stress. Why would you do something that you know is not in your jurisdiction? Like you won't know that it's not what you should be doing unless you know who you are. So we are going to be talking about, where is my part of the journal? We're going to be talking about how to discover or remember your mentally state, right? When you're in your childlike state, everything is pure, everything is raw and real, and there's no hesitation, there's no doubt, there's no worry, there's no confusion, none of that. But as we get older, we get influenced by people who love us, and I put that in air quotes because we end up in situations sometimes who love us, and we walk away from these situations having to heal from it and feeling lost. Why do you think after breakups and stuff, oh, I gotta find myself, I'm about to find myself? Well, let's do that before we end up in a carfuncle with some people or somebody or a situation where now we have to find ourselves because we didn't like. It's the art of making the right types of connections that you don't have to heal from, connections that are laced with communication and trust and honesty and unapologetic energy, and everybody is comfortable with who they are and how they show up. So we're going to peel back some layers and we're going to talk about that. And you're going to get a workbook, a printable workbook. It's not this big, this has got other stuff in it. But this one, if you missed the first live, if you didn't register the first live, you didn't get this. If you register for the second one, you will get the full copy plus a bonus section that I have not even filled out myself. Let me try to find it. And there's this other thing on the back of here. Oh, I found it. So there's this other thing on here. It's your Delulu list. Tapping into your inner Delulu. I'm kind of bouncing around, but it's a list, part of my handwriting, and I encourage you to come up with 50 things that you want to manifest without considering any limitations, financial, locations, timing, age, gender. Yeah. Is that correct? Did I say? Yeah, all of those things. None of those factors are relevant. And I stopped at number 36. I can't remember why. And I haven't gone back to fill out the rest. And that's okay. So you're going to have that. And then the bonus part is called After the Spark. I call that because there's something that was ignited in the last live, at least for me. At least for me. I did get some feedback from people, and they did say they had some positive experiences. But that thing that happens after you have your, oh, okay, aha, oh, all right, this makes sense. Yes, I love this. This resonates with me. So then you have this continuation of the unfolding and remembering that's occurring, right? So After the spark to part 2, you're going to get this too. And there is a little thing here that I wrote. I'm not going to read it. I'm going to wait. I want y'all to embrace this on your own time. There is a thing here that it's called Light Touch Journal Extension and Second Breath Reflections. It's way more simple than it sounds, but it goes over some little recap stuff. If you missed a live, y'all can always reach out to me if you were like, okay, I really feel like I really missed something based on what you're saying, and I'm not getting all the information I feel that I need because I missed the first live or whatever the reason is. Just hit me up. Just hit me up. I want you to have a clear understanding. I want you to have all the information you need to decide if this is a journey that you're ready to take. And if it is, let's go. If it's not, that's okay. Because shit, I just figured the shit out. So it don't really matter. The time don't matter. Just right now, like flipping a switch. If your light is off and all of a sudden it's on, there's no judgment. So it goes over some of that. I will read the first question though. Well, is this the one that I want to know? Let me see. Let me find that one because it's 2 pages of questions. Okay, so here's one, number 7. Number 7 is still, it's a sentence, fill in blank. Yeah, I'm putting y'all to work. This is work. Y'all have to do the work. It's not going to work if you don't do the work. If I do the work, it ain't going to do nothing for you, right? I'm just being a change, a little beacon, an example of what it looks like, what it can look like for someone. And you got to find your own. But anyway, so still unfolding means I don't have to blank right now, but I am allowed to blank. Please don't do that. My cat and these claws. So what does it mean to still unfold? What does that feel like? What does it mean in terms of what your capacity is in anything? Socializing, your healing journey, stress, just being around other energy, other people, like what is your limitations? And then just sitting in that and just being okay with it. Just being okay with it. But to understand that it is a part of you is the thing that makes it easy to accept. And a lot of people may say, well, that's hard to do. That's why we're doing this. It's very hard to get a clear picture of what your hardwood floors look like and what kind of repairs need to be done if your living room is full of furniture, full of stuff, full of layers, carpet, rugs and sofas and end tables and plants and TVs and entertainment systems, and all this stuff is piled up on top of this, and you trying to heal and repair. It's not going to work. And if there's an imbalance in the space, my analogies, bear with me, but if there's a imbalance in the space, how are you going to be able to find the balance with all the shit in the way? All the things that look like what needs to be addressed. Say you got a sofa and it's on a little slant. Is the sofa broke or is it something going on with the floor? You have to rip all of that shit up to find the answer. So what we're doing is we're ripping all that shit up. All of that shit, even the stuff that, oh my God, you're going to be great. You should be a teacher. If that's not who the fuck you're supposed to be, then we need to figure out what it is you're supposed to be, what it is you're supposed to be doing. And I've been going down this little rabbit hole as far as what things are looking like with the job market right now and how difficult it is for people to find work and how everything is so computerized. Like, you don't even get to talk to anybody. Like when I worked for QVC, I never had to go in an office, and everything was like pop quiz type, high school quiz type vibe with the questions and stuff. And for some of the interviews, I feel like I did 1 or 2. I don't even know what the person looked like. It was on webcam and their webcam wasn't on. It was so weird. But like, it was exhausting, it was stressful, and I shouldn't even done it. But I wanted to talk a little bit about how we contribute to our own workplace stress. They don't give a fuck about us. They don't care. They show you that. When you have a program and I'm not complaining in the slightest. That's the tools they had. They did what they had. And it's a business, it's corporate. They're trying to get their money. I get it. But For me to be under such an enormous amount of stress trying to utilize mental health services at a job that I shouldn't have even been working, and then to take a promotion and then end up having panic attacks, like, I'm actively forcing myself to change my trajectory towards something that don't have shit to do with me. How do I know this? It's not because I have a fancy crystal that's magic that told me so. I will say I do have something rare. I'll share that with you. But I don't have a book, a course, or nothing. And that's why this thing that I'm doing here, um, I'm not presenting it to y'all like it's an answer, it's a solution. Y'all, I'm happy. I got it figured out. This is what y'all need to do if y'all want to be happy and have it figured out. No, like it doesn't work that way. You have to the thing, customize the thing. You have to customize the process for yourself to fit you. And it's going to make it easier and more difficult at the same time I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. It's going to make it easier to reject things that are not part of who you are, that are not contributing to the goals that you have set for yourself. But it will make your experience difficult when you force yourself to be in spaces, jobs, relationships, friendships, family situations, Facebook groups, all of that. When you force yourself in places that you know damn well you don't belong in, that's where the difficulty comes from. You know the difference when you hanging out with somebody and y'all flow and y'all click and y'all vibe and it's great. And before you even get in their space, you excited to be around them. And when it's time to leave, you don't want to go, but you excited and you think back, wow, how cool, whatever. And you know what it feel like when it's the complete opposite. And we continue to put ourselves in them situations, not because we're dumb, not because we're stupid, not because we sleep and all this other crazy shit people be saying. It's because there's all the stuff. We got to move the stuff. It's not clicking, it's not sticking, it's not making sense because it's not supposed to. And I was going to say the thing that I have that I don't know, I feel like it's rare. But I found a binder from my 12th grade year of high school. I graduated high school in 99. And in the year of 1998 and 99, I had put together this English portfolio for a passing grade. It was like you had to, if you didn't do it, you didn't graduate. So I was under a lot of stress. But in that, just like now, the self discovery, because it was a lot of reflection questions that she asked us. We had to share journal entries and stuff. But as I went through the book, and I'm not even done, it's a lot. There is a section where I have explained very carefully in this ridiculous font that nobody should ever use. I can't even remember the name of it. I'm gonna show it on the live on the 15th. But it's a layout of my career plan, what I'm going to college for. I said early childhood education and child psychology. So now I got to go back and go get this degree. And as I'm reading it, it's clicking like it made sense. It resonated with me. I didn't sold phones. I didn't been a camp counselor. Camp counselor was fired because that is kids. But I didn't sold cell phones. I didn't work at a gym. I was a personal trainer. I was in a dance group that was fired. The personal training thing was pretty fire. But see, started when I experienced my first traumatic breakup, and it was traumatic for me because it was my first breakup, right? My first serious relationship, my first breakup. But that, and then I guess, I don't know. Once I started having what I defined as my traumas, I noticed I started scrambling. It didn't matter what the situation was. Like, if it involved an opportunity to change my job or move, I just did it without really thinking about it and didn't really have any clarity as to why I was doing it. Didn't really feel, I was either indifferent or I just felt more stressed after I did it. And then as time went on, I used to teach, I used to be a teacher's assistant. I was in college. I got my, what is it, associate in early childhood. I did some more teaching. I had my own little teaching thing. And then I had a traumatic breakup. No. After I graduated, it ended up being just wasn't a good financial situation. And instead of, going back to school or whatever was going on, I allowed whatever was going on in my life to dictate what my next move was. And I jumped to the chance of becoming a firefighter. Why? I don't know. My mom did. My mom did it. That seems nice. If y'all ever have a chance and you go look online, look up the first female firefighter in New Orleans, that's my mom. It was like in the 80s. I mean, not 80s. Oh Lord, in like 90s, 97, 95, 97, something like that. So I was like, well, that doesn't seem like a bad idea. But I hadn't sat with myself to figure out what was the thing that caused her to do it. It was trauma. My dad wasn't cooperating and she was at her wit's end. And instead of leaving, she jumped to the chance to do something and didn't realize she would end up making history. And the weight on her shoulders from that was just, it was too much. And she's no longer with us. But I went through that and I started to realize the parallels. And as I got older, the jobs that I took had less and less to do with me and created more and more stress. And I was attracting stress from everywhere. Hey, thank you for the hearts. But I was attracting stress everywhere. Relationships, partnerships, friendships. Everybody was getting on my nerves, making me cry, pissing me off, needing to be blocked. I was petty as hell and I was just attracting petty people. It was just, oh my God, it was ridiculous. But back to this. We have to accept the fact that that is a part of us. And we almost done because I want to wrap this up. 30 minutes is good. This is just a little chat, and I'm gonna give y'all some information about the live. But the light and the dark, the good and the bad, the perceived light and dark, good and bad, it's all part of us. Even a thing that we can think of right now, like, man, why did I do that? Jeez, life could have been all of that. That's all us. What we need to do is transmute the energy. And instead of looking at it like, man, my trauma, boo, boo, boo. I'm not saying that there's not a time and place for you to look at your trauma that way, but we need to look at it like, okay, what is it about this experience that has triggered me or has caused me to believe or develop this belief that blah, 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 whatever. You got to remix it and turn it into, oh, I see who that is. Okay. But yeah, you got to remix it and turn it into fuel. Because the spark, what happens when you add something to a spark? Something to a spark. A spark can eventually turn into a whole big ass, it could be a whole bonfire from a spark. And that's what you want to do. You want to do that and you want to use that fire to burn away all these layers so that we can get down to the bottom of who the fuck we are. Who we are is so important. How we identify ourselves is so important. There is no wrong way. No one can tell us. We can tell us that. It's like, this ain't me, whatever. But no one can tell you that you're wrong when it's coming from, I need to move this because I just realized the white is making it hard to see. Drive and determination. Somebody on TikTok who said that. Jet Obitala. I just want to make sure I didn't miss nobody. Yes, got it. Okay. But yeah, and then the drive and determination that's needed, you have to have support for that. I'm not about to sit up here. I will say this right now. The day that I say, ain't nobody show up for me, don't nobody help me, is the day that I'm gonna get struck. I'm gonna get striked with lightning. Jesus, see, I can't even say it because it's no, no. Like there's so much that I have to do. There's so many unanswered questions, but what I have gotten done and the answers that I do have, it wasn't just from me. It was collective. It was collectively, like it was the efforts of the people that are in my life. Like, yeah, it would be great. Somebody said, hey, you got something you're going through. Here's $50 billion. But for me personally, my happiness and my peace doesn't lie in somebody just doing that. Do that. We're going to manifest that. I need that. But it lies in people being around me, supporting me, lifting me up in at times where I can't lift myself up, and realizing that that's something that I do my best to give to people in the ways that I know how, like with these intentional conversations and a live that's happening on the 15th at 5 p.m. Central. Like, that's why I do that. That's why in 2020, I started my business in 2018. 2020 is why I was like, that's when I was like, okay, I got to do more than just make pretty jewelry. Pretty jewelry is cool. I did notice a drop in sales because my message changed dramatically, and it called out a lot of people that were just buying the jewelry and didn't really have the time or the energy or the capacity to do anything more than that, and it's okay. No judgment at all, because we all have those moments. But on the 15th, 5 p.m. Central, we're going to be on YouTube. I kind of like this YouTube TikTok thing. See, it's YouTube and TikTok. Say hey. Okay. But I kind of like this. But this live was not just to kind of shoot the shit with y'all, but just to see who happens to pop on here real quick in passing, and who may just have questions or want some information aside from the videos that are on my YouTube page and my TikTok page about what this intentional combo is going to be on the 15th. It is on Eventbrite. The registration fee is $11.11. That's it. That's it. 11.11. You get the workbook, the add-on from the workbook. Thank you, boo. Supernova Soul One. The add-on for the workbook is printable. Uh, what else? You get special pricing for, I have my one-on-one option that's on the site. I can't remember it's 44.44. But if you want that, okay, let me tell you what that is. So in addition to the workbook and access to the live, and it is a private live, this is a public one. This other one for YouTube, yeah. So it is gonna have to be on YouTube, not on TikTok. But it's gonna be a private live on YouTube, and you'll have access to that. You'll have the workbook, you'll have the extension of the workbook, you'll have discount pricing for crystal creations that are in alignment with the message that I'm presenting to y'all. And you get a discount if you go on there today and sign up for the 11.11. I'll send you workbook and all that stuff today, this evening, because I'm taking a nap after this. But if you do the other tier that's on there, I think it's 44.44. If you're on this live now, the 44.44 comes with all the other stuff I talked about, plus in addition to what we worked through together on the live on the 15th, you also will get a free one-on-one session with me. It's not a coaching, it's not a therapy session. I am not a coach, I am not a therapist. We are going to sit down with the workbook, and just whatever you got to ask me about the workbook and the mission and questions that are in alignment with what we've been talking about, you'll have that as well, and you'll be able to schedule that. I'm going to send the scheduling link to anybody who chooses that option after the live, because I've had people want to sign up and try to get with me now before, but I recommend getting access to the workbook today, like going on Eventbrite, signing up for the 11.11. I'll send the workbook to you this evening. Sit with it. You can fill it out. You can wait until we start. But after the live, you can come up to me and I'll get you the link and I'll get you scheduled for the one-on-one. Now, if you sign up for either one, there is going to be a replay. That is the other reason why I'm doing this, because there was an issue with the first one and the replay didn't work. And I didn't have anybody cause a carfunkel, a conundrum. Kind of sort of had one person, and I got that checked real quick, fast, and professional. But this is going to be recorded. And say you sign up for either one and you miss it, you'll have the recording. And if you sign up for the one with the one-on-one and you miss the live, you don't even know what's going on, and you didn't even get the workbook, you can still schedule the one-on-one and you'll still have the replay. And you'll still have the discounts for the crystals. And we were going to do a raffle, but I got 3 of you guys on here. Like, let me say this. I don't care if it's 3 of y'all, 33 of y'all, or 333. It ain't even nobody right here on the YouTube, but this is being recorded. And the energy that I'm going to show up with it doesn't matter how many people. It's not about that. I want what I gotta say to be heard by the right people. I don't need 50,000 people in the live. It's cool. It's cool, but y'all can get the same energy. And I'm doing the one-on-one as an option to give you guys a little taste of what's to come, what's going to be available to you guys in the future. Because, like I said, this is a blueprint. This is a tool. This is a little information packet, right? What you do with the information is completely up to you. That part in itself takes a lot of work. So you would be able to schedule consecutive ones, one-on-ones through the website, and you would get a discount for that. If you made it to this live and you didn't get to sign up for any of the other ones, but you like, look, it don't work with my schedule, or what, I don't do lives, I'm uncomfortable, whatever the reason, but you really, 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 really want to do a one-on-one, because there's people that they just don't do crowds, not even virtual ones. It's an anxiety thing, and I respect that. So if you just like, look, I feel what you're saying, I need this. I'm not trying to be in no live. The time don't work for me. Da 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 da. You can hit me up. Let me know you were here, and I'll give you your discount code for the one-on-one. So basically, you can skip the entire live if that's what you want to do. You want to double back and register and get the replay, you can do that. I'm very flexible. You can send me a message on my work line. The phone number is on my site, and that link is in my bio on my YouTube and my TikTok. Or you can email me. She's telling me it's time to go because it's 12:32. I'm gonna let y'all meet Dallas. Come here, Dallas. Come here. She don't want to come. Do you want to come up here? Come on. Come say hey. Anyway, one thing I will say, I did a self-assessment and I reached out to people who participated in the last live. Some of the big changes that I made is it is a little longer, but we have intentional breaks that are coming. Palace? Really? What? Palace in Dallas. You gotta tag me in a video if you have videos that I want to see. I'm gonna get her in a minute because she basically just came and laid down. Like I'm trying to get her to come up here to show y'all to her, or show y'all. Shit, I need a nap, y'all. And we also gonna talk about self-care, which is why this is about to be cut short. And I'm going to go take a nap with pride. Okay, with pride. So wanted to finish what I was saying. So it's longer. The live is a little longer, but we do have breaks. You do not have to come in bright-eyed, bushy-tailed in the very beginning of the live at 5 and stay to the very end. I understand life happens. It's going to be recorded. I just want y'all to get this information in the most convenient way possible. That's why I'm doing all this stuff, right? We got breaks in between. We setting intentions. We're doing breathing. We're doing breath work. We're going to have an intentional Q&A section. What else? And I was going to do a raffle on here, but I think it'll be best to do it on the live on the 15th. And everybody who registers, in order to be in the live, in the raffle, you have to attend the live. Like you got to be in there. At least, yeah, you can have your camera off. It don't matter. But just, if you can, just a little perk because I want y'all to show up. I like interacting with y'all. It's fun. Let's see what else. What else? Yeah. If you register, when we're gonna speak into existence, because $11. What can you get for $11? You know, I think this is worth more than 11, but I'm not trying to buy a yacht and a falcon with the money that I make from this live. I'm trying to give you guys some information that you can make it as valuable as you like it. You want to make it a $1 billion idea to revamp yourself? Make it a $1 billion idea to revamp yourself. You want to make it a $20 idea to revamp? Do that. It's all welcome. Just if you are complaining, if you're frustrated, if you're tired, if you're exhausted, if you're confused, how do we get over here? Anywhere people, oh yeah. If you want to donate, that's a good question. If you want to donate, you can Cash at me. It's my name, not the. I'm trying to make this. Okay, listen. Creative with a capital K, unicorn with a capital U. Kreative unikorn. Creative Unicorn. I have to say it that way because I don't know if it's true. I haven't seen it. I haven't even checked it out, but I could have sworn like, well, I know if you spell it with the C's, it'll be something else that comes up, and we don't want that. But supporting me before we go, because people organically support and I organically allow it, and I don't like asking, but I have never said out loud what it looks like. What does support look like for me for the Creative Unicorn? Support looks like for me, in order of cost, is like, share, and a tag. Like, share, and tag. You can hit me up and say, "Hey, I'm feeling like being a little extra today. Send me some pictures of your work, or can I use this video right here?" Or I had somebody, "Hey, I do editing and I wanted to know if I can use this video and do a little remix," and they made a little remix with some crystals, stuff like that. Um, Especially with this, sharing this event on Eventbrite, sharing that. Donations, because donations can be whatever you want, $1, $5, 555,000 bajillion dollars, whatever it is that works for you. Um, Donations. Uh, I am keeping my ear to the ground for possible bartering opportunities with select, I guess, people on social media. Of course, it would have to be something mutually beneficial. Let me see. Put cash up in chat. Okay, let me see. Hold on. Let me put it in here. How do I do that? Wait. Oh, it's right here. Okay. And I probably think I can. I think I can pin it. Okay. So yeah, donations, likes and shares. There, I pinned it too. See, I be learning. Likes and shares. Um, I have things on the site that are like $8, $11, $25, $33. Anything over 55 gets free shipping and qualifies. Well, if you qualify, you are able to use I found you a long time. Yeah, I see you pop up here and there. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it. But what was I saying? I forgot. Scatterbrain. I was saying, yeah, if you spend more than 50 on the site, you will get the opportunity to select Afterpay or Klarna, because some people do that, especially if you do custom orders. I do have a new custom order process in place because I had a couple of people play with my time. I understand life happens when there's not a mutual commitment from the jump when it comes to my creative process. Somebody always ends up not following through. I've had times where there was no financial exchange and they wanted me to make this thing and and I never followed up because they weren't ready to actually make the purchase, and that's okay. But I had to remix the whole thing, and now there's a deposit requirement. And I think the deposit started like 20 something and can go up to 50 something, depending on what it is you're trying to have me make. Wands and pendants and chokers and all that stuff. Um, I will have an announcement possibly on the 15th about a platform that I'm going to be moving to. We hope over time it'll be full time because I'm getting kind of sick of the other platforms, and I ain't gonna say the names. But this will allow me to do lives, I believe. I have to check lives. If not, I can, integrate my YouTube. Yeah, I'll integrate my YouTube into it. So you'll be able to go to this platform, see the lives, see when they're scheduled. You'll have workbook access. You'll have access to all the workbook add-ons. You'll have discounts and discount codes that'll pop up from here and there. You'll have journal entries, you'll have blogs, you'll have inspirational messages, physical activities, access to self-guided crystal courses. And I'm saying that with an S because I'm telling myself that I need to go ahead and make my second one. I've made one so far, and I think it was maybe 3 years ago. It's love, it's still available, but it's time to move on to some other crystals. I think this one was amethyst, tiger eye, and clear quartz or citrine. I can't remember, but yeah, it is time for me to go. We went past the 30-minute mark. If you have been following me for a while, I thank you. If you just started following me, I thank you so much. If you have not caught on, I am very animated. I'm very expressive. I am very excited about the journey that I'm on. I do not project or expect anybody to show up like me because can't nobody do me like me. Can't nobody do me. You could do you, and we can be in alignment with the doing of how we do our thing. I was about to say how we do ourselves. That sounded weird. There's gonna be some parallels. We're gonna flow. We're gonna do our thing. But can't nobody do me like me. And I'm so excited about what I've discovered about myself up to this point. Let me see. Yeah, I gave a car years ago. Yeah, that would be fire. That's the other thing. Donations. Like, for example, um, and I said I was gonna go. I know things have been pretty stressful for me with the abrupt move that I had to do, the stuff with my son, getting him here for the summer and all that, and the car accident and the pain that I'm still experiencing. Like these little sales with the 1111 and the 4444 and the donations and stuff that y'all send, real talk, they be going towards bills, gas, food, like nails. I want some nails. Ain't got time for that. Ink for my printer so that I can print out my resume and get out here and let people know. Like I have a resume that is 100% based on who the fuck I am. I took all the business names, everything out. When you look at it, you get a clear picture of how I'm going to show up in your establishment. And I'm not talking about, working a little silo. No, I'm talking about like this stuff right here on a grander scale. So if you need me to send my resume to you, if you know somebody that knows somebody that knows something about something, let me know. There is a way to get in touch with me. Hey, Annalisa, there's a way to get in touch with me. If you go through the site, you'll see email, you'll see my text line. Hey, look, you said something about looking for a job. Send me your resume. Here's my email, whatever. Hey, I heard you say something about you having this live thing. I noticed it was just me and two other people in there, but I got a group of people that might be interested. All that shit is free. Do all of that. All of that. And I don't do tit for tat. I do organic engagement. I do organic, promotions and sharing and all that stuff. But just like I'm saying to myself, this needs to be said, closed mouths don't get fed. Speak up. Just like if I say, hey, if you can go on a site and buy something, and you can't, hey, you can't. That's cool. If you say, hey, look, I'm having this little thing and I can't promote it for whatever reason, it's going to be respected and we're going to move forward. But baby, if I'm passionate about something, how I be passionate about me. That's how I be when if I look, y'all gotta let me know what y'all be doing out here. Like what is your passion? Like that's the other thing. And it's okay to not know. But right now, I want you to think about it. We're gonna wrap up. What is your passion? What is the thing that whether you got paid to do it or not, you gonna do it anyway? What does that look like? You're writing a book? Bruh, listen, the data that I have on standby for a published book. Now, see, and I don't technically, I got to think about it. I could probably dig around, do some searches, but I don't have anybody that would be able to, like, I don't know anybody yet. I haven't been connected to anybody directly that can assist me in that. Building cars. You know what? I feel that. I feel that. I learned about my radiator and picked out the right one, ordered it offline for my car, went online and figured out what kind of antifreeze I needed. Looked at the old motor, was like, "Yep, look at that thing. That thing, like all of it." I was so excited. I was so proud of myself. I didn't replace it. but I had a very clear understanding of what was going on, and the mechanic that did it is very, very awesome. And if you live in Texas and you order something, be on the lookout from be looking in the box because it's going to be business cards and stuff of businesses that I use, that I support, local businesses. And if you are a business owner, let me know what it is that you sell, and if it's something that resonates with me, and I invest and I buy something from you and you ship it to me, please. If you have QR codes, if you have flyers, if you have business cards, I feel like people don't do business cards. Oh, you're in Fort Worth? That's where I was. Oh, I was in Lake Worth. I was in Lake Worth in a quiet little area, but yeah. Okay, y'all. I'm about to go. I appreciate everybody who popped in. If you're looking at this YouTube live after the fact, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Be on the lookout after this nap later on this evening. I will be sending out the workbooks. If you need the Eventbrite link, you're gonna have to wait till I finish taking my nap. But I think I did a really good job with letting y'all know and how to register. And I put a lot of information on what's to come on that Eventbrite description. So just be patient with yourself and read it. You know, because I want you to know for sure when you get your ticket that you're supposed to be there. Because this is for people who's supposed to be there. This is not for play. This is not for clout. This is not for shits and giggles. This is not for me trying to get people to go on the site and buy stuff. This is real. I'm not closing this book and getting off this live and going ball up in the corner somewhere and do unhealthy, toxic things and oh woe is me. I'm not going to do that. I'm doing the work with y'all. We're doing it together. I feel like the support that I didn't have when I was going through all the stuff that got me to this point, that's what I'm creating. Because when you ain't ready to heal and grow and learn, God dang it. I think my thing is about to be done. But when you're not healing and growing, you're not ready to do all that and think and ponder and wonder, the support is for the things you are wanting to do. Like my support team when I was turned up at the club, nothing wrong with it, was amazing. I could be like, yo, hey, I'm bored. Tequila. What you doing? I'm bored. Club. Let's go. But once I got to the point where I was like, okay, I'm ready to put in some work, I didn't have the support. And it was frustrating to see people judge me and go, well, you was smiling on YouTube, on TikTok, doing a little dancey dance, and now you sad. I don't understand. We're not doing that here. We're not doing that here. Regenerate and rejuvenate. You got a lot ahead to build. Yep. I'm getting out of here. All right, you guys. Thank you. And if you need me for anything, send me a message. The book is being closed. I will see y'all on the 15th. Bye. Let me turn this off. Yeah. See y'all later. See y'all later. See y'all later. Oh.